All right, let's jump right in. We're going to be talking about a single small town in South Texas, a place you've probably never even heard of. But the plan to bring it back from the brink, well, it's not just about one town. This might just be a blueprint for reviving all of rural America. And this is really where the story starts, with these words from the project's founder, Rolando Tin Huerta Jr. Just imagine that for a second. Every day, you walk past this grand old hotel, a symbol of your town's best days, and it's just empty. It's not just bricks and mortar. It's this constant, nagging reminder that the future feels like it's been canceled. That's the feeling at the heart of this whole thing. So to really get what they're trying to do, you first have to understand the massive gap between what Hebbronville used to be and what it's become. And wow, this really puts it in perspective. On the one hand, you've got this incredible legacy. I mean, this place was the nation's largest cattle shipping center, a powerhouse. But then you look at today, a poverty rate of almost 29%, and for decades, people have just been leaving, packing up to find work somewhere else. That's the crisis we're talking about. But this isn't a story about decline. It's a story about a pretty radical vision for renewal. And here's the key. The plan isn't just to, try and lure in one big factory. No, it's about building a complete self-sustaining economic ecosystem, literally from the ground up. So what in the world is a vertically integrated ecosystem? It sounds complicated, but the idea is actually simple and kind of beautiful. You take what you have right there, the local resources, and turn them into valuable products right there in town. And the best part? Nothing is wasted. One industry's waste literally becomes the raw material for the next. It's a closed loop, a circular system designed for self-reliance. And check this out, it's not just a wild idea, it's a step-by-step plan. You don't jump into the deep end. You start with foundation industries, using what's already there, like mesquite wood. Then you build on top of that, adding more value with things like leather goods. And only then do you make the leap to advanced industries like renewable energy and tech. It's just a really smart way to build. Okay, so let's make this real. Let's look at the perfect example of how this works in practice, how they plan to turn something that most people see as a total nuisance into pure gold. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If your town has basically no industrial base, where on earth do you even start? How do you build something from nothing? The answer, well, it's so simple, it's brilliant. You don't try to be something you're not. You just look around your own backyard and start with what you already have. A lot of it. And in South Texas, what they have in abundance is mesquite. You know, that tough, thorny plant that ranchers usually just want to get rid of. Well, look at this. The plant turns that pest into premium lumber that sells for up to $15 a board foot. Restaurant-grade charcoal. Get this, mesquite flour that goes for $18 a pound. Not to mention artisan honey and furniture. It's an entire economy built from a plant people used to just bulldoze. Okay. But anyone who knows a thing or two about South Texas is probably thinking one thing right now. What about water? A grand plan is totally useless if it can't survive one of the region's legendary droughts. So let's see how they engineered for that. And their plan isn't just hope for rain. This is a serious, multi-layered strategy. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They're buying existing water rights, yes, but they're also building systems to treat salty, brackish water that's unusable right now. They're harvesting rainwater. They're reusing wastewater. It's a perfect example of planning for the worst-case scenario. And the resilience plan doesn't stop at water. To be truly self-sufficient, you've got to control your own power source, right? And this is so smart. The renewable energy microgrid they're planning isn't just a way to save money on electricity. It's designed to be a profitable business all on its own. It'll sell power to the new industries, sell any extra juice back to the main grid, and even generate income from renewable energy credits. It's another one of those circular systems that just makes the whole thing stronger. All right, so we've seen the vision, we've seen the strategy. Now for the really exciting part, the payoff. Let's talk about the actual projected impact over the next 10 years. Here's the first big number. Over $340 million in total economic impact in just 10 years. Now, for a small rural county, that's not just a boost. That is a complete game changer. And that money isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It translates directly into jobs, nearly 1,000 of them. And we're not just talking about minimum wage gigs. These are skilled jobs in manufacturing, tech, and modern agriculture that give young people a real reason to stay or even to come back home. And this really is the ultimate goal, to stop the bleeding, to reverse decades of population decline and bring the community back to life. This isn't just about statistics. It's about seeing storefronts reopen, seeing more kids in the schools, and bringing that energy back to the heart of the town. And that's why this is so much bigger than just Hebbronville. This is about a new way forward, a way to restore dignity, create real prosperity, and rebuild a sense of local identity. It's a potential blueprint for countless other towns just like it. And this really gets to the heart of it. So many development plans try to make a small town look like a generic suburb. This model does the exact opposite. It builds a modern, forward-thinking economy on top of the town's unique history, its culture, its soul. And these are the principles that make it possible for other places to try this. It's about regenerative economics, giving back more than you take. Vertical integration to keep the wealth local, empowering the workforce, reviving the culture. These are the fundamental building blocks any community could take and run with. And that brings us full circle, right back to the founder's vision. It's not about choosing between your past and your future. This is about proving you can have both. That a small town can innovate and thrive because of its unique soul, not in spite of it. And that leaves us all with one final question to think about. In a world that's always looking for some brand new, complex solution, could it be that the future for thousands of struggling towns has been there all along, hiding in plain sight in their own land, their own history, and their own people, just waiting for a chance to be unlocked?